Well, welcome to Borders and Beyond. I'm here in Docklands. I'm about to watch Border 2. Look, Alok has convinced me to come in and watch it. Today is January 26th, Australia Day. So to all Australians, happy Australia Day. And it's also Republic Day in India, so basically happy Republic Day to all Indians too. Um, it's a war movie. The Border 1 came out, or what I would call Border, yeah, Border 1 I'd say, came out in 1997, and then 27 years later there's the Border 2. Basically the same war. That's the India-Pakistan War of 1971, taken from two sides. Border 1 was about Battle of Longawala. This is about Bangladesh, right? So we'll see how it goes. I have pretty high expectations of this movie. Hope it's all good, and then we'll come back and critique it, or we'll have a conversation about the movie once we've watched it, and yeah, we'll take it from there. Thank you.
Hi, good afternoon all. This is Alok. We are all here to watch Border 2, sequel to Border 1 that came out in the early 90s. It was a big hit at that time. I am a great Sunny Deol fan, so I want to see what he's up to this time around. I am going to leave all my logic aside and just sit down and enjoy the movie.
All right.
All right.
Man, we just watched
Border 2.
What do you think?
It was a good movie. I mean, it was patriotic, it was massy, and it was a bit long, but yeah, I think Bollywood is back to making long movies like they used to back in the day, so that's good. It had good music. We were worried about the VFX.
Yeah, I didn't think. I thought the VFX was all right. I mean, it wasn't great, but the trashing of the VFX. I thought, oh God, it's going to be really bad, but it wasn't that bad.
It wasn't that bad. Frankly speaking, I mean, there were a few scenes, especially the A4 scenes,
Yeah.
the A-Pain scenes, they were a bit janky, but apart from that, maybe it was all good.
I felt that. Okay, we'll take from your point of view. What were the good parts? What were the bad parts for you?
I mean, for me, the best part was Sunny Deol.
Yeah. All right. What is it about Sunny Deol that you
I
like?
mean, he is 60, 80 years old and he still carries that enthusiasm in front of the camera where he just steals the show all time long.
Yeah, fair enough.
I mean, there were about 4 actors and he was the best one. And he did a lot of action scenes, and for his age, I mean, that's commendable, to be honest. And the other thing that I liked in the movie was the music. I mean, it's not as good as the first one, but there are 2 songs which have been remade from the first one, and they have been remade in a very nice manner. So yeah, that's that. What about you?
Look, I actually went with a lot of trepidation, I'll be honest with you. All right. I thought, okay, I read some of the things and I thought it wasn't, the VFX is going to be a problem.
Yeah, for sure.
And then the 3 hour, 20 minutes for me was going to be a problem. But I thought, look, I'm going to go through this,
But you watched Durandar,
I watched, which was also, I watched Durandar also, so it was 3 hours and 30 minutes. So it was, I'm becoming a veteran in these, long ass
sure you
movies. But look, I felt there was a lot of scenes I could have cut off. But honestly, I thought the movie was not bad.
Yeah,
to be honest,
for sure,
it wasn't. It's
bad.
very patriotic. There was a lot of times when it was a bit kitsch, but I felt it addressed some of the interesting. It wasn't a bad movie.
I mean, I had one problem with the movie is that all the battle conclusions, they felt a bit rushed.
It was a bit rushed.
I mean, okay, you gave.
So I'll tell you why.
Yes.
When I was looking at the time, even it was at 2 hours and 50 minutes that the battle actually started.
Actually started the actual ground one.
Correct, yeah. And it was around that 2 hour 50 minutes. So they had about 30 minutes to just
wrap it up.
Wrap it up, right? So I think that was a problem also.
Exactly.
And yeah, so I don't know whether they're setting it up for Border 3 or not.
I mean, what would they make out of Border 3? I mean, it's Kargil war that's left up, probably Operation Sindoor if they want to do something. But I don't think so. Border needs any more movies, but if they want to make it out a franchise, then probably they have a lot of wars with, or cold wars with Pakistan in a way that they can
Yeah.
like show it on the big screen. But
Yeah.
I don't know anymore. What
Look,
they
I'll
can
put it
do
this
or
way
not.
to you. Well, this was one where all the tri-services are brought together, right?
For
That
sure.
is the Army, the Air Force, and
And
the
the
Navy,
Navy.
right? My thought process was interesting, and the three friends. I thought, okay, the storyline was going to be like all three friends are dead, but anyway, one survived.
One survived.
One survived.
Oh, spoiler alert! By the way,
Yeah, it's a spoiler alert. If you don't want to, don't want to be, if you don't want this to be ruined, just move past this. One of them survived. It was interesting in that regards.
I mean, the thing that they could have done with the movie was okay. I was happy that they gave us a backstory of the three friends and the lives
Yeah.
which were happening
Yeah.
before the war.
Yeah.
They could have like cut down a few scenes from there, and they could have given us a bigger battle during the climax, which wouldn't have felt so rushed,
Yeah,
and it would have felt like the movie deserves its conclusion where it was.
indeed.
And
I
also,
agree.
I was pretty happy that they gave meaty substance to Sunny Deol's character with his son and his family. I mean,
How old did you say Sunny Deol was?
68.
He did all right.
He did all right.
He did all right there.
I mean,
because some of the action scenes
He
required him
was jumping and he was cartwheeling.
Yeah,
I think he
yes,
was
yes.
doing a lot of things. So
Yeah, yeah.
In the end,
he did all right.
I mean, I will give this movie a 3.5 out of 5. I
Okay.
mean, that's a very deserving rating. Don't get me wrong, the first one is still the best. I mean, it had everything, it had the right amount of emotions. The battle felt real, to be honest. I mean,
Yeah.
they did use a lot of real tanks and real blasts. I mean, some of the blasts in this movie,
Yeah.
they were definitely VFX.
Look, I'll tell you what. I'm going to give this movie, personally, I'm going to give it about 3.8 to even close to 3.9, right? I thought they spent some time actually shooting this properly.
Oh, yeah, they did.
Okay, because the war scenes itself was quite full on, and that meant they'd spent some time doing it. The thing that I also liked was, and no joke, one of the things that absolutely shits me to tears is they show a war movie, especially Indian war movies, and they use all the wrong equipment that does not actually reflect the time, right? So that really gets
Were you
me.
happy with this one?
So this one, they used all the original equipment, right? Like the rifles is the first thing I was
But
looking at
was
was
the one-
it was the L1A ones. So it was okay. I was happy with it in the sense, all right, they didn't go and just get the inside rifle and said, oh well, it's a rifle. Nobody's going to know the difference. So it made a difference for me in the sense, the little
Details.
the little details is what makes me, like I look at it and say, oh, were they just trying to, just rush this thing, or I mean, they just said, all right, we'll take the audience for a ride, kind of a thing.
I mean, the movie definitely feels like it was well shot. I mean, don't get me wrong, the movie is well shot, everything's there, but there are a few things with the story which they could have done.
They could have
to
done a
make it
lot with the
better.
story. They could have done a lot with the editing.
Oh, yeah,
Personally
for sure.
speaking, right? I think they could have done a lot with the editing. Okay.
I mean, if this would have
Yeah, I
been
mean-
a 2 hour 40 minutes or at least 3 hour movie, barring the 20 minutes, it would have been a tight movie, to be
Yeah,
honest.
so what? I agree, but then I think they should have also put a lot more effort into the war aspect of it, rather than spending 2.5 hours of creating a backstory, which you didn't need to have.
I mean, the thing is, I think they created the backstory for the three characters, for the three main leads, is because they wanted us to feel the pain when they die. Probably that,
Yeah,
because
yeah, okay,
they
yeah,
focus
that's
a
the
lot of on their stories, especially the one with the Air Force, because we saw how their camaraderie was brought up from a point 0 to about 100, where basically the Diljit Dosanjh's sister in the movie basically was tying Rakis to the other two
Yeah.
friends that he had.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think this can be one reason why they chose to like explain their backstory so much rather than just
Yeah, okay.
cutting it out.
Yeah, look, I'm so used to Western movies, right? That it's a very tight script, and there's no. But I think Bollywood goes in a different direction. It's a different arc that they use.
Yep.
So obviously they try to build in
I mean,
the war part of it. They didn't really. Again, as I said, it was about 30-40 minutes of it.
I mean, an
and-
hour for the proper war scenes would have been just perfect. But
So hang on. Now, I was under the impression this was more of a movie that was going to be concentrating on
The war.
the Bangladesh side of the war, but it technically
It was still
Nothing-
fought on the western end.
it was still Western end.
Yep.
It had nothing to do with Bangladesh.
I mean, probably the repercussion was the formation of Bangladesh rather
Okay,
than
yeah,
anything
yeah,
else.
got that.
Because they lost on the western front and on the eastern front they also lost. So
True.
pretty much that's that.
I mean-
I think they can pick it up the story for Border 3 from there rather
Yeah.
than anything else.
Yeah, no, I agree. I completely agree with that. I think it was just, I don't know, man. Look, I don't mind. I think it was a good movie. I went in thinking the VFX is not going. It's going to be awful, right? The VFX was a shit ton better than what I was expecting.
I mean, the teasers and the promotions did not do anything.
I don't know why people were criticizing the
Good for-
VFX. It
good
was
for
all
the-
right. It was a bit tetchy, but fine. It's okay. We're going to get there. I don't think I'm more of a gripe with the war part of it than because
Than the VFX.
2 hours or 50 minutes of picking a backstory and then 40 minutes of action is all there is.
I mean, if you watch
And to be honest,
if
I
you
mean-
watch the first one, the second one has basically followed the same narrative because even in the first
Yeah.
one, the war lasted for about 40 to 30 minutes.
Yeah.
So I think they picked up a lot of things, even the structure of the movie from the first one, where they
Yeah.
had backstories,
Yeah.
long music scenes,
Yeah.
and shots of camaraderie between the team and the military. Basically that, and then they just focus on the war,
Yeah.
which was
Okay.
basically during the last.
Look, I don't know. I mean, I didn't,
Part of it.
but I enjoyed it. 3 hours and 14, 3 hours and 20 minutes, I think.
Yeah, 3
Yeah,
hours and
I
20.
didn't mind it. I thought it was, obviously the theater was good too.
Oh yeah, the theater was jam packed.
Yeah, it was.
It was jam-packed.
Oh,
I mean-
absolutely jam packed.
I mean, it's a holiday in Australia. Which is,
So yeah. By the way,
Makes sense.
Yeah, it makes perfect sense. Look, yeah, for me, in a nutshell, I would give it a 3.8, 3.9 out of 5. Your rating is
3.5.
3.5 for you.
3.5.
Yep, you're a much harsher critic. This thing has made about what, 30 crores?
I think on the first day it made about 32. Then on the other day about 35 crores. Probably I haven't seen the.
So they're aiming it
numbers
to be
for
around the
Sunday.
500 crore mark. They've spent about 275 making it.
See, it has a free run for about 4 days, including the Republic Day, which is today in India.
Yeah.
People are going to go to the theaters today. They're going to watch it, and probably it's going to earn about 40 to 50 crores today because of good word of mouth and the nostalgia that people have for the first one.
Yep.
So there's going to be a lot of people flocking to the theaters to watch this movie today.
Yeah, okay. All right, well, do you want to add anything else?
And Netflix has been picking up a lot of Indian movies, to be honest. Durandar was picked up by them. Border 2 was picked up by them. So
They have
whenever
money.
they have a lot of money, and as soon as
So does that mean that they picked up or they've... So how much did they pick it up for?
I have no clue, but they have been picking up a lot of Bollywood movies. So as soon as you walk into the theaters now, you see the Netflix logo, and you are like, a bit of a homely feeling.
So they would have... because I think Durandar, they paid 40 crores or 50 crores?
Probably around
Yeah,
that figure.
yeah.
And
It's not
I
bad.
think it's coming in about 4 days now on Netflix. So
Is it?
It is.
Durandar?
30th of January, if I'm not mistaken.
Right, okay.
So yeah.
Well, on that bombshell, this is my conversation. Obviously, let me quickly introduce you. This is Anubhav. He's a person that I always bring in to talk about movies when we're going to watch a movie together. Just went and watched Border 2.
Yep.
Welcome to Borders and Beyond. For those of you who are not, who are not subscribed members, please subscribe. I'll shortly bring in Alok to have a conversation with him and get his thoughts on it.
Also, I have a recommendation before we guys cut off.
Yeah.
I want you guys to watch 120 Bahadur on Amazon Prime because that was one of the nicest war movies that Bollywood has made recently.
Is that the one 1962 thing?
Yes.
Oh, that's a good movie.
That is a
That
brilliant
is a really, really good movie.
So if you guys
And
are free, you
I
should
would
watch.
love to watch that on the big screen, like this screen, the VFX screen. That would have been something worth watching. But unfortunately, I think it's come and gone. So I'll never ever get the opportunity to watch it. But if you ever have the chance, watch that movie. It is actually really well done. And it's actually a really good movie. I mean, I watched it at your dad's at your place, and I thought it was really, really.
I mean,
it was sad, very difficult in the end to watch, but you know.
I mean, the thing with
Even this, I struggled towards the end. I was getting emotional
Yep,
also.
they had a lot of emotional scenes towards the end.
Yeah.
I mean, which is basically how every war movie is. To be honest, you do get emotional. Towards
Yeah,
the
you
end
do.
in every
You do get a bit
if
emotional
done
about it.
perfectly right.
Yeah. No. But that 120 Bahadur, that was
It
hard.
hits you right in the
It's-
guts.
Yeah, it hits you. It was really hard to watch for me
Yep.
personally. So I thought that was a great movie. All right, on that lovely note, I'm going to bring
Perfect,
in
guys.
the next guest. Good day. Welcome.
Hi.
Hey. For those of you who don't know, this is the original man. This is the man. This is Borders and Beyond. This man here, right? Okay, we went and watched
Border 2.
Border 2.
Yep.
He's your favorite actor. I get it. What are your thoughts? And what are the good things? And is there anything that's bad about it that you didn't like? And let's hear your thoughts.
Like I said before I went in,
Yeah.
that I was going to keep my mind open.
Yep.
I was not looking for technical flaws.
Yep.
I was not looking for anything out of the blue that people generally make noise about.
Yep.
All I went to see was whether it was able to hold the movie together
Yeah.
like the first one. And
Yeah.
I believe they did succeed quite a lot.
Okay, let me ask you this. I know emotionally everyone is going to say Border 1 is their favorite. When you want to do an honest comparison, Border 1 and Border 2,
I think I like Border 2 better.
do you?
Yeah,
Is that-
because even though there are a lot of similarities
Yeah.
in this one, but what I felt was that the story that they wove around, not just the soldiers themselves, but their families and people that were close to them, it shows the effect of what happens when people go to war.
Yeah.
It's not only the soldiers that are affected,
The
but
families.
the people left behind as well. So
That's a good point. That's
that
a
was
very
something
valid
that I would carry out from this movie as a positive.
Yep.
There.
Yeah.
People say there was a lot of shouting and screaming, but I guess that happens usually when you are in a war.
Yep.
You have to scream. You have to be heard over those bombs and other things, right? And then as a commander, you have to be loud
Yep.
so that people know that you actually mean business.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think I like
As
this
us.
movie a little bit more
Yeah,
than the original Border.
Okay. Wow. You probably you realize you're one of the very few that will probably.
I know. I would probably be very unpopular about that.
Yeah.
Because people had written this movie off, but
You know what? That's exactly what I was telling Anubhav. It's just like they'd written so much of it, and I look at it and said, "This is not too bad. This is actually pretty good."
so I think it's a bit more of internal politics that happens within Bollywood.
Oh.
You have the Khan band, and
Oh,
then
yeah.
you have people like Sunny Deol.
Yeah. Apparently, I was told that he was 68. He did well for 68, man.
Yeah, he was 68. I mean, he still has a very strong screen presence.
Yeah. He did.
It is very hard, I guess, for the other people that are working around him
Yeah.
to be able to stand up and stand up to him in terms of acting. But yes, I think everybody did very well. People said Varun didn't act very well in the movie. I
Yeah.
found him pretty okay.
Which one was Varun?
Major Hoshiar Singh,
Oh yeah, he did. He did pretty well.
he did okay, and
Yeah.
I also liked the way Daljit presented himself like a original Sikh. Daljit was the pilot.
He was good.
He was good.
He was very good.
He had
He had-
small nuances, you know.
He
He was very comfortable with what he was
Oh
doing.
yeah, he was
He
very.
just walked over it.
Mate, he did a number on that movie. He seriously did a number on that movie.
And
he
then,
was
and then
very
I found a lot of the lesser known actors, the side actors,
Yeah.
they were also pretty good.
good. They did.
They had their
I-
own stories running around, small stories that were there,
Right.
which kept the movie moving, kept the movie
It wasn't.
on.
Look, you can shrink it a little bit, but anyway. All right. So, what were some of the things you didn't like about it?
I don't think I did not like anything about it.
I know Sunny Deol is one of your favorite actors.
Yeah, that's okay. I mean, that's besides the point. I would have thought probably if they had added a bit more of the action in a very coordinated way.
Yeah.
Because at some point, sometimes it was just going on and people were just fighting. There was no sort of planning to that fight, right?
But wars are always, there's no plans to it.
There's no plans to it. Yeah, so I guess then that should be
Should be all right. So, on a scale of 1 to 5, where would you put it?
4.5 or 4.7.
4.7?
Yep.
Wow, all right, that's pretty
It
high.
has a lot of emotional content in it.
Yeah.
It moves you emotionally when
Yeah.
you're watching it. You might not be not like the actors or
Yeah.
anyone. Hey, for example, personally, I've watched Diljit a few times before,
Yep,
but I don't like his politics, so
yep.
I have a bias against him. But in this movie, I actually like the way he portrayed himself.
Yeah, okay. So, look, that's good. I'm glad. I'm glad that you give it what 4.5, 4.7. What?
4.7.
Yeah, 4.7. All right. Wow, that's quite high praise, right? To be honest. All right. On that lovely note, I am going to
What
close
about
this.
you?
I gave it a 3.8 to 3.9.
3.8, 3.9.
He Anubhav gave it a 3.5. So he was the harshest of them.
Yeah.
I was more. I thought. Look, to be honest, as I said previously, I thought the VFX is going to be terrible.
So,
but
so,
it
when,
was-
so when you go into a movie, what do you look for?
I look for authenticity. The thing. Okay. Again, I'll say this. What I look for in a war movie is, are they using the right equipment for the era?
Yeah.
Okay, that's important to me, right? And they did. So that was, yes, some of the tanks are a bit, I'm happy with that because it's hard to get, but the guns were important to me because that's what they're using. And it was, it wasn't it looked like the L1A1 rifle, the rifle of that time.
Yeah, they could pass for authentic.
Yeah,
right?
so
think
I didn't
that's
have
okay.
so for me that's the thing that really, like, Ikis is the one of them, all right? One of the things that really, the trailer I got really jacked off about was that they were using the wrong guns, right? So it gets me irritated. So if you're going to do a period movie, then reflect the time.
So
They had the ambassador there, and you could see it. I don't know whether you noticed it. You looked at the window, and you see the things were totally unaligned,
yeah.
and that was normal.
That's normal. That was normal with
Yeah, so and I thought to myself,
even the jeeps they were using the Willy jeeps. Right?
yeah, the Willys, yeah. So yeah, that was all right.
There was a lot of authenticity in it. When I go to a movie, or why I watch a movie is I look first at the story.
Yep.
I look to see if everything is well put together.
The connect. Okay. So it all eventually
Yeah,
comes
the story,
together.
how it comes together.
Yeah.
And how it makes you feel after the movie.
But you know what? You are the poet laureate of our group, right? You are the man that knew this.
No, this has nothing to do with poetry. It's just that how do you feel about the movie when you come out? When are you?
Well, yeah,
are you,
it did move me.
It moves you, right? So that was the purpose of the movie.
Yeah.
Moving you.
Yeah.
And if they are able to do that, even 20% or 30% of that,
Yeah.
it means they were pretty successful.
Yeah.
That is what I have to say.
Okay.
I will not pinch holes or look at things that were probably more technical people would have said that, oh, this is how they should have done it, or
Yeah.
they should have done that. With the kind of money they had,
Yeah.
they managed it pretty good. And a lot of people said that this was a cash grab, but it was not a cash grab. It was a well-made movie. They spent the time with it, three years, took them about 3 years to complete this movie.
Yeah. Look, I actually, apparently they took time to do this, the location. They shot it at National Defense Academy. You could see it there. They took time to
Yeah,
do
people
it.
said they were using a lot of green screen, but I am very untechnical about green screen. If you even showed me a green screen, I wouldn't even probably recognize
Yeah,
it.
they probably did. I mean, look, at
But
the end of the day, I
at the
think
end of
that's
the day, I didn't feel anything was out of place.
No.
And last but not the least, the women in the movie,
Yeah.
they had very small roles, but they had meaningful roles.
Yeah. They were not there as side pieces singing songs and doing shit.
No.
Yeah.
Whether it was the mothers, the aunts, or
Yeah.
the love interests,
Yeah.
they all did a good part in
They
that.
did. They
played
did.
the part.
I agree. All right. On that absolute bombshell, obviously I've got both Alok and Anubhav's opinions on this. Yes, we did watch it. I thought was a great was a movie. It was a great movie. And on that lovely note, we'll call it off. Thank you once again for those of you who are coming to this channel. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe and give us a thumbs up if you like the content. Thank you very much.
Thank you.